So today, coffee with mom is kind of late. I was busy today, spending time with extended family, celebrating the life of my ex-husband's uncle who passed away. I've known his family since been about 19 years old. So I spent the day with them and my son Dylan and his girlfriend Brienne, she's basically my daughter-in-law. Um, and as I looked around the room at all the family, yes, we've all gotten older. Some have passed away already, including my ex-mother-in-law, Carol. And I saw my ex-father-in-law today, Bob, and I have to say, Carol and Bob were incredible grandparents to my older boys. I mean, my boys hit the jackpot in grandparents when they were babies. Um, Bob and Carol showed my boys unconditional love. They were always there for them. Took them overnight, picked them up from school. Um, were at every school function. They were at every baseball game, every practice. I remember Bob and I sat hours and hours on the benches at baseball practices and games while my ex-husband Brian coached and Dylan was playing ball. But I have to say, in all the years of growing up for my boys, they spent a lot of time at Carol and Bob's house. And when I was married to Brian, Carol and I did butt heads on many occasions. Sometimes it was a rocky road, sometimes it was really good. And I think you have that no matter what relationship you have with a mother and a daughter in law, regardless. Even with my own mother, sometimes my relationship with my own mother was hard at times. Um, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is Carol and Bob were incredible grandparents. I I look back now and I am so grateful that my boys were loved by them. They spent hours upon hours there. They slept over there. I know Carol and Bob watched our boys for us while Brian and I worked crazy different shifts. I don't know what we would have done without Carol and Bob. They really showed us unconditional love. And I don't think we would have made it without their help. I really don't. My mom was also fabulous. My kids called her nanny. They loved her just as much. But I have to say, now that I'm a grandparent myself, um, I know when I found out that Cole was on the way, one thing I immediately thought of was I want my grandchildren to have the same kind of love that they were given by their grandmother Carol and their grandfather Bob. And I have to say, Steve and I, um, our lives revolve around those grandbabies. We would do anything for those grandbabies, and we're very involved in their lives. And I don't think I would have it any other way. And today, while we were sitting there at the wake luncheon, I heard a relative, we were talking with a relative there who was not able to have that relationship with her grandchild who just arrived. And I thought to myself, God, I really hit the jackpot um, with Brienne because she allows Steve and I to be so actively involved in the babies' lives. I mean, we've had Cole and Kensley overnight. We watched Cole for the first 18 months of his life. We go on vacation with Brienne and the kids. We've done day trips. I am so grateful that we're able to have a relationship with our grandchildren and show them all the love that Carol and Bob gave to my kids. So, yes, Steve and I really make an effort, an honest effort, to really give those grandbabies the best of everything. Yeah, and I know people say that we totally spoil them and overindulge them, but hey, that's what grandparents are about. It's we wait our whole lives, we raise our kids, and now that we're grandparents, it's like the reward for all the stuff you did as a parent. But I have to say, I looked around today while we were there at all of Carol's family that was there, and I think to myself, man, she really got robbed. She so got robbed. Um, some of the best years that were to come yet. And I feel like my kids got robbed of that grandparent. Yeah, they have their grandpa Bob yet. Their other grandfather Jim's gone already. It's really hard, and my mom's gone, so all they really have left is Bob. And even now, my boys are older; they're living their lives, and they really could do a better job at staying in contact with Bob. But I really thought a lot about my mother-in-law today, Carol. Um, I really wish she would have made it a little bit longer. She would have loved Cole. She would have loved Kensley, especially the red hair, because Carol had red hair and my dad had red hair too. And I have a bunch of redheads in my family. But I think, I know she's looking down from heaven, and she's so proud of Joey and Dylan and Kensley and Cole. And I know she's watching over them. But, it makes you think life was really, really short. Just hug those around you a little more, give them a couple of kisses, make the conscious effort to be in their lives, and show love. Always show love, always be kind. And I hope someday my grandchildren will look back and think, man, I was really loved by my grandparents. They were such an important person in my life. And I hope someday that when my children become grandparents, that they give the same amount of unconditional love and the same, I don't know, the same experience that they got from Carol and Bob. And I hope they can pass it on to their own grandchildren. And that's really all I wanted to kind of talk about today. I'm sure my kids are still like rolling their eyes, like, oh my God, mom, stop talking like you're dying tomorrow. But I just wanted to leave little tidbits behind. I am grateful for having a super fantastic set of grandparents for my children who really knocked it out of the park.